Hey kids, this is Sharvari here, and today we'll be discussing a small part from chapter number 10 of class 7. This chapter is Respiration and Organisms. So when we hear the word respiration, we often think about the act of breathing in and breathing out. Although one really important thing to keep in mind is that the word breathing and respiration are two very different meaning words. So let's take a look at individual meanings of these words. Firstly, let's take a look at breathing. What does breathing mean? Breathing is the act of taking in oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. This happens mainly due to our lungs, our trachea, our nostrils and our nose. And it has no correlation with the expenditure or the use of energy, as well as it does not give out any energy as well. And the word breathing is not synonymous with the word respiration. Respiration although means breaking down of glucose in the presence of oxygen to release energy. This happens at a cellular level in the mitochondria of the cell, where this oxygen combines with the food that we have digested and we use it to produce energy in the form of ATP. ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate. Due to the process which produces ATP, we call mitochondria the powerhouse of the cell. See, everything is falling into place, isn't it? Now, let's take a look at the two types of respiration. One is in the presence of oxygen and the other one is in the absence of oxygen. The word for oxygen is aero. So aerobic means in the presence of oxygen and anaerobic means in the absence of oxygen. There are major differences between these two processes, so let's take a look at the differences. In aerobic respiration, high amounts of energy is used because we are using a lot of oxygen to help break down the food that we have digested to produce more energy. So more energy is produced and more ATPs are produced. The byproduct in this reaction is CO2 and water. So in the aerobic process with ATP, oxygen is consumed and carbon dioxide as well as water is released. This process happens in humans and in our human cells very often. The other one is anaerobic. Here low amounts of energy are produced. This process generally happens in yeast and sometimes in humans. When does it happen in humans? It happens when we get muscle cramps or we are doing very high intensity activities. Because oxygen, we start breathing heavily, right? So there is a little less supply of oxygen and the cells start breathing in anaerobic fashion. In this, the byproduct in humans is lactic acid, which is why when we are working out or we lift heavy weights, we feel a little sore in our muscles, right? That is because accumulation of lactic acid takes place. And in yeast, it produces ethanol. Ethanol is a type of alcohol, which is why yeast is also called as brewing yeast or brewer's yeast. And this is used in the liquor industry to produce high amounts of ethanol. So this is the explanation for aerobic and anaerobic as well as breathing and respiration. For more such amazing and easy solutions and easy explanations to your chapters, I hope you join my classes. Bye!